Starting in a comfortable cross-legged position. If it's not comfortable to sit like this, you can take a cushion and sit on that for some extra height. So taking the backs of your hands to the tops of your knees, index fingers to thumbs, softly close the eyes. Deepening the breath. Just taking a moment to arrive on your mat. And coming into a tabletop position, stacking your hands underneath your shoulders, hips over your knees. Inhale, tilt your sits bones, drop your belly, open your heart, and lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, rounding the spine, pushing the floor away from you. Inhale to a neutral tabletop position. Reaching your right arm up towards the sky, threading it through underneath your left, bringing your right shoulder and your right ear down to the mat. Walking your left hand towards the top left corner of your mat. Staying here if you want. If you'd like a deeper shoulder stretch, you can walk the hand to the top right corner of your mat. Bringing the hand back underneath the shoulder. Inhale, tilt sits bones, drop belly, open heart, lengthen back of neck. Exhale, rounding the spine, pushing the floor away from you. Bring your chin to your chest. On an inhale, neutral spine. Reaching the left arm up, threading it through underneath the right, bringing left shoulder, left ear down to the mat. Tensing up onto the right fingers and walking the fingers towards the top right corner of the mat. Again, staying here, or if you like, walking the hand towards the top left corner. Bringing your hand back underneath your shoulder, pushing yourself back into a tabletop position. One more cat-cow. Inhale, tilt sits bones, drop belly, open heart. Exhale, rounding the spine, pushing the floor away from you. And inhale to a neutral tabletop position, tucking your toes under, sending your tailbone towards the sky, downward facing dog. Taking a deep bend alternately in each knee, just waking up the hamstrings, getting into the hips a little bit, and then gently coming to stillness. Bringing your gaze in between your hands, soften your knees, gently walk the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, drawing your heart towards the front of the mat. Keep your hands in contact with either the floor, your shins, or your thighs. Exhale, fold all the way forwards. Inhale, all the way up to the top. Bringing your hands together above your head, lengthening through the back of the neck. Hands to heart center, Samastiti. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, lifting your arms up over your head, relaxing the shoulders down the spine. Bring your gaze to your thumbs. Exhale, hinging at the hips, flat back all the way forwards. Inhaling, half lift. And exhale, gently step back to plank pose. Softly lowering your knees, keeping the elbows in, lower your chest and your forehead. Inhale into a small cobra, pressing down into the tops of your feet. Push through tabletop, tuck the toes under, downward facing. And bringing your gaze in between your hands, soften the knees. One step or walk again if you like, to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, root to rise, all the way up to the top. Samastiti. Tadasana. Utkatasana, chair pose, bending your knees, sending your arms behind you. Inhale, brush your fingertips along the floor. Big exhale, sink deeper into that chair. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, hinge at the hips, flat back all the way forwards. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, make your way back to plank. So you can do knees, chest, forehead again if you like, or if you prefer, doing the down part of a press-up, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, again into small cobra, or take an upward facing dog, your choice. Down dog on the exhale. Raising your right leg, swinging it through in between your hands, dropping the left heel in the back, rising on the inhale, warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Bringing your hands together above your head. Bring them to your heart center, movement coming from the left hip opening out into warrior two. Extending the leg in the front, reaching as far as you can and hinging on that angle, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Choosing a hand to look at, whichever causes the least amount of strain on the neck. On an inhale, coming all the way back up to the top. Rebending that right knee, warrior two. Resting the left hand on the back of the thigh. Inhale, reverse warrior. Warrior two. Cartwheel the left hand around, framing that right foot. Bring the right foot back to meet the left at the top of plank. And again, you can lower through chaturanga or knees, chest, forehead. Take an up dog or a small cobra. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Raising your left leg, swinging it through in between your hands. Rising on the inhale. Warrior one. Bringing your hands together above your head, coming through to your heart center. So movement coming from the right hip, opening out into warrior two. Extending the left leg, reach directly over the leg, hinging on that angle, stacking everything on top of everything else. Again, choosing a hand to look at, doesn't matter which. Inhaling, coming all the way back up to the top, refinding warrior two, and reversing the warrior. Breathing into that front side rib, finding the length in the back of the neck. On an inhale, coming back into warrior two. Cartwheeling the right hand around, framing that left foot. Bring left foot back to meet right, and take a vinyasa. And gently bringing your knees down to the mat. Inhale, tilt the sits bones, drop the belly, open the heart, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, round the spine, push the floor away from you. Inhale back to a neutral tabletop position. Bringing your seat back down to your heels, bringing the hips down to one side, doesn't matter which. Swinging the legs around, Dandasana, staff pose, encouraging the knee pits down, flexing the feet, engaging the core. Bring the soles of the feet flat, taking the backs of your thighs into your hands, sit back on your tailbone, engage the core, lift the shins so they are parallel to the floor, perhaps running your arms alongside your legs. Now stay here if you want to. If you'd like to deepen this pose, you can extend your legs and bring your hands to your heart center. Navasana, boat pose. Bring the soles of your feet together, lengthening through the spine, Baddha Konasana. Dropping your chin to your chest, vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling all the way down, allowing the neck to completely release. Inhale, coming back up. Extending your legs out long, just shake out your legs. Coming back to a comfortable cross-legged position. Again, you can take your cushion if that's more comfortable. Extending the arms, index finger to thumb, softly closing your eyes. Allowing your breath to return to normal. Namaste.